guys, it's Samantha. Welcome back to my channel. So in case you're wondering why I'm wearing this over a top, my mum actually made me this for Christmas. So yeah, if you see it's a campfire cardigan, so it's designed to have massive sleeves and stuff. So if you see them flapping at any point in this video, that's why. But it's honestly so cozy. So I just thought, I don't care, I'm gonna wear it for this video. So for today's video, I am gonna do the Netflix and Books challenge. I saw this done on Hannah's channel, the Clockwork Reader, and it looked really cool, so I thought I would give it a shot. So I have a massive pile of books down here, and yeah, I think we're just gonna jump straight into it. So the idea of this challenge is that you pick a book for each of the Netflix topics, so for example recently added or recommended or all that stuff. So the first question is recently watched, and that is the last book you finished reading. And for me, that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I'm currently in the middle of the Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, but I've not finished it yet, so this is the last book I read. It was really good, really enjoyed it, first time ever reading it, and I'm hoping to get to the second one soon. Number 2 is top picks. Pick a book that was recommended for you based on other books you like. So I really struggled for this because I don't really read books that have been recommended to me personally. I just watch YouTube videos and just see what takes my fancy and read those, but I have been recommended a couple, so I went for Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris, and this is like a sort of thriller, I guess you would call it, and this is a book that my mum was recommended and then recommended to me as well. It's actually really good. I think it's quite an old book. Just look for the date. Oh no, it's not that old actually. It was published in 2016. So it's a couple years old, but it's actually really good. Basically it's about this couple called Jack and Grace, and people, they're never apart. People think they're this amazing couple, they always spend time together, but you soon realise that it becomes a very dodgy situation, in that she can never answer the phone, she can never meet people by herself, all that stuff. So yeah, it's a very, very good book, and I would highly recommend it. So that is my top pick. Number 3, recently added. This is the last book you bought. So on the day that I'm filming this, I actually went and bought 3 books before I started. The first one's The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I've been meaning to pick up this book for so long, and it was under the buy one get one half price section today, so I thought I would just go for that and finally pick it up. So yeah, I really like the layout of this one. I've seen it with slightly different covers, but yes, this is the first one, so I'm excited to get to that. The second one I bought today is Dry by Schusterman and Schusterman. This I've heard a little bit about. Basically it's about a drought, so all the taps are running dry, and yeah, it's just about this girl who has to try and find her parents and survive without water. So it does sound really good, so that's the second book I bought. And the third book I bought is The Hunger Games: Mockingjay, and this is the third book in the trilogy. I actually bought this book years and years ago and read it kind of around the time it came out, but I brought some of my books from home back to uni with me, and I couldn't find it when I was bringing back my books, so God knows where it's gone. So I thought I would just purchase a new one to go with my other two. So that's the third book I bought. They are my recently purchased books, so that brings us to question 4. Popular on Netflix. So this is a book that everyone has heard of, and for this you're supposed to pick 2 that you've read and 2 that you haven't. So for the 2 I've read, it's Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I recently read this book and it was very good. I've finished the duology, so I'm going to move to the Grisha trilogy next. Very, very good. I would be surprised if you've not heard of this. The next one, again, be surprised, it's been very popular on BookTube this year, and that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Again, fantastic book. This was a 5 out of 5 star read for me. It was so good, the character development was just amazing, and I really, really loved this book. I believe Taylor Jenkins Reid has another book coming out in 2019, so I'm very excited to read that. And then the 2 that I picked for what I haven't read are ones that are on my bookshelf that I want to get to but haven't got round to yet, and that is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I've not read any of the Shadowhunters books yet, so really need to catch up on that and get reading this series. And the next one is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. Again, not started this series, been meaning to get to it for a while, so I need to get my act together in 2019. Number 5, comedies. Pick a funny book. So for this I chose This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. I read this earlier this year and it was fantastic. It was so funny. It's got some points that are more serious, but generally I was just giggling away reading this. It's basically about a doctor, it's a true story. It's the journal of a doctor as he advances through the NHS, and it's just the best moments basically that he's picked out, and it was just so funny. I think I want to reread this at some point because it was so good, but this is the book I picked for question 5. Question 6, dramas. A character that is a drama king or queen. So I kind of struggled with this one. Nobody was really coming to mind, but eventually I settled on Miri from All of This Is True. This kind of follows a group of teenagers that befriend their favourite author, and to me Miri definitely came across as a bit of a drama queen. She's not as bad as she could be, but to me she definitely did. Like, this is kind of laid out in interview styles at some point, and with that she definitely came across as liking the attention kind of thing, which is why I've kind of picked her as a drama queen. So yeah, I think she would be my pick for that, because I can't really think of anybody else. So yeah, that's that. Number 7, animated. Pick a book with a cartoon on the cover. So I don't really read like mangas or animes or anything like that, or graphic novels, so I don't really have any, but I do have Why Mummy Drinks. I was originally going to pick this as my funny book, but I think This Is Going to Hurt was funnier, and this is one of the very few books I have on my shelf that kind of has a cartoon on it, because it's got these little drawings on the cover, but other than this I don't really have any. The only one I do have is the sequel to this, So yeah. So Why Mummy Drinks by Jill Sims, and this was a very funny book. I really enjoyed it. Not like 5 out of 5 stars, maybe about 4, 3.5 maybe. But yeah, enjoyable. So that's that one. Number 8, Watch It Again. Pick a book that you would like to reread. So there's quite a few on my shelves that I'd like to reread. But for this one, I picked my current favourite book, and that is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I read this earlier this year in summer, and it was just absolutely fantastic. It's the best book I have read in such a long time. Absolutely loved it to pieces. I have read a few good books this year, but this just tops it all. Eleanor is such a precious little character, and I really enjoyed this book, so I definitely think I want to reread this at some point soon. Number 9, documentaries. Pick a non-fiction book that you would recommend to everyone. I don't really read non-fiction books, they're just not really my thing. I'm currently looking at my shelf and I don't think I can see a single one up there. I did however listen to an audiobook of a non-fiction book this year, and that was Anna Kendrick's autobiography, Scrappy Little Nobody, and that was really good. So I would say that has to be my recommendation because I've not really read any others. So yeah, moving swiftly on. Number 10, action and adventure. Pick an action-packed book. Again, I don't really read a lot of action books. I'd say most of mine fall under like contemporary, but for that, I am gonna pick Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. As I said earlier, I read this duology recently and absolutely loved it. And this has got quite a lot of action in it. So yeah, I think this is my pick for that. That's about all I've got to say. And finally, number 11, new releases. Pick a book that is coming out or that has recently come out that you can't wait to read. So for this I had quite a few in mind. Like for example the Taylor Jenkins Reid book that's coming out in 2019, but that's quite a way away. I did however recently get a new release in my BookBox club. I think it might actually have been sent to us ahead of its release date. So I think this would class as a book that is coming out, but it sounds amazing, and that is The Splintered Silence by Kayla Olson. I'd never heard anything about this before. As I say, I believe it's coming out rather than has already been released. But I'm not entirely sure. But even if it is out, it is a new release and it sounds very, very good. Basically, there's a group of people that lives on a spacecraft, and there was a deadly disease that killed a bunch of people, but the second, or what's known as the second generation, were supposed to be immune to it. However, somebody's died and their symptoms were very much like this disease. So they're trying to figure out whether it's the disease that killed the person or whether there's a murderer on board. My guess is it's probably a murderer, but I've not read it yet, not even started it. So yeah, it's also got a little review at the top from Karen M. McManus. She's the author of One of Us is Lying. Also read that book this year and quite enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably really like this, so I'm looking forward to getting into this book. So that's the end of the book challenge. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a little short one this time, but yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later. Bye!